Hey guys, it's Jeremiah and Chandra back again with Custom Made Marriage or Custom Made Ministries.
What's going on?
This is another week. This is another episode. We are so glad you guys joined us today. Today we are going to be talking about supporting your spouse.
Yep, I got you, right? We got each other. Bam. Yeah, like she said, I got her back, she got my back. Let's talk about it, bro. Supporting your spouse. Why do it? Because it works. It helps tremendously, dude. I didn't know this in the first couple of years in our marriage. I didn't know to support my wife. I was actually afraid to support. I would say in some aspects, I didn't want to, I guess, feel like I was boasting in my wife too much. I didn't want to feel like I was doing too much. So I decided not to support. She do something, you know what I mean? Something that need to be congratulated. I would just congratulate her in private, so to speak. You know, hey baby, you did an awesome, great job. I didn't put it out there. I didn't post it or nothing. I didn't.
And it was just at one time. It wasn't like a continuous thing of I'm proud of you. It was like, good job, and on to the next thing.
Yeah, supporting my wife, dude, it actually felt weird, dude. When I would, I guess, put it out there in the open and post about it or something like that, it felt weird to support my spouse.
A lot of times when we do something different or outside the normal of like supporting your spouse or supporting anyone, really, it kind of does feel weird. Yeah. It starting off, it feels weird, but after you continue to do it and you continue to support your spouse or support your friends or support your family, it becomes second nature to you because you want to see each other. You want to see each other win. Yeah. And when you're one, when one wins, it's a win for the whole team.
And I believe too, man, by not supporting your spouse, I believe that you can be part of delaying what they have inside them, so to speak. Because like you said, they're looking for you to encourage them, whether you know it or not. They want the encouragement. Men, women want the encouragement. They want to be built up. That's our job, to build them up. You know what I mean? To build our women and to push them into their calling and what they're called for. So when they're not getting that, man, you know, they're kind of push back, stand back, they second guess things.
You're your spouse's first audience. You're their first critic.
Yep.
And a lot of times, especially if your spouse struggles in some areas of insecurity,
oh yeah,
they look to you first for their support. They look to you first for their encouragement. And this is not to bash anybody, to beat anybody down, because it's not always been this way in our marriage. We weren't to the place where we would support each other the way we do now. Like, it was pretty much just like, good job, proud of you, and then it's done there. It wasn't like a discussion of what's your dreams, how can I help you get to things or goals you want to reach in this year or this month, what's your goals, let me know how I can support you. It wasn't that at first, but we come to realize once we support each other, we see things come out of each other that we didn't know that were there. And sometimes the spouse, the opposite person, didn't know that, oh wow, I didn't know that I wanted that, or I didn't know I could do that, or, you know what I'm saying? So there's a sense of, not a bad pride, but you feel proud that, wow, I accomplished something. So I think that's a huge thing, especially for men, which I'm not as good as the support thing with Jeremiah, which some people may say, well, Chandra, I see you post about your husband, and I do, yeah. But there's also a area that I have to work on, because it's not a something that I guess grew up with. So it's hard for me to support him or affirm him in the way he desires to be affirmed. I'll say that, to affirm him in the way he desires. And
all right, and men, dude, we want to be lifted up by our spouse, bro. Anything that we're doing, we definitely desire that. I know you do. Whoever watching now, you do. Men, we want to be lifted up by our spouse. We're doing something that we done a good job. We want to hear that, you know, babe, you done great, or you know, tell her about my dreams or something. I want to hear her say, hey, that's a great idea, you know, let me back you up with it or whatever. That's very important to men. I'm telling you right now.
So in Ecclesiastes 4, we'll start at verse 9. It says, the two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. I know this is, we can take this scripture and apply it to really any area or relationship in our lives, but according to, I'm just going to place it in the aspects of marriage. When you have a spouse that they have this dream and they're not really sure about it, when you pull them up, it's like you're pulling them to the level of like, yes, you can, I know you can do it. And the return from that could be a great thing, in the sense of what if that dream that they're carrying, it might be something for somebody else? Or what if that anointing or that gift that they're carrying that they're not so sure about, when you encourage them and pull them up, there's other people attached to that gift that they need to be reached through that gift, and now they can be, because you encourage your spouse, like, hey, go for your dreams, hey, use your gift, hey, you're talented and you're gifted in this.
And that's part of the reason I believe, you know, God using her as well and getting her new book out, Trust Issues. Go get it if you haven't already. Great book, wonderful. I had the privilege of even reading it before it was published. Great book, awesome. It will set you free. But I think that played a huge part as well for me supporting her while she was writing. And I know there was times that she felt like quitting, times that she felt like she wanted to give up. But
at least twice a week.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. It was like that. It was like that. It was tough. But once you read it, you'll see why. But man, that encouragement that I gave her, I think that helped a lot. And I think that, you know, would you agree? Dude, I believe social media, bro. Social media is a great avenue
for support in general. But spouse, friends, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
In general.
Exactly. And I take full advantage of that. If y'all see my posts, I'm talking about my wife all the time, dude. And not just to be out there just talking about it, but man, I really do want to encourage her. And I want to put my stamp on everything that she does, so that she know, like, okay, I got somebody. If I don't have anybody, I know I have my husband that believes in me and that supports me. If he's willing to put his stamp on it and willing to tell it to the world, I got some kind of confidence, you know what I mean, that I can go on and continue what I'm doing. Yeah. So I use it a lot.
Yeah. But that's not to say that that's where everything, all your worth and your confidence should lie. It starts in Christ alone, first of all. But having that as your spouse, your partner in life, supporting your dreams and everything, that gives you that extra push.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah. And I encourage you guys to write it down. Write your dreams down.
Absolutely.
Bro, this is the time to open up, man. I know we hate to open up. We're closed door sometimes, but this is your time to open up. Try it. You'll like it. Promise you. Right. But open up, man. Write down your dreams. Tell your spouse your dream. And you guys get together and join together and pray on those dreams, man. And encourage each other in those dreams. When you see one going towards that dream, hey, good job, great job. Do this. You got this, babe. You got this. I mean, put it out there, bro. And man, I'm telling you, it make you guys so much stronger. Push both of you at the same time to the next level.
Our pastor always says this one thing: anything celebrated is going to be repeated. So when you celebrate your spouse and their goals, when they achieve something, they're going to be like, oh man, I did that. And it gives them that push. It may not seem like it at first, especially if you're like me. And like, we'll talk about this in the next few episodes. We'll talk about the love languages. Jeremiah's one of his love languages, words of affirmation, which I think a lot of men, well, that's one of their top two. It's either physical touch or words of affirmation. So when it's like that, they need those words of encouragement. They need those words of job well done. They need those things. But when you're like me and you don't really need that, it seems awkward at first. But then the more it happens and the more they do it and the more your spouse encourages you, the more he encourages me, the more he pushes me, the more he tells me his dreams or he supports my dream, that pushes me a little. It gives me a little bit more push and a little bit more fire, I guess, to just achieve everything. So that's something we'll talk about coming up soon. We'll be talking about the love languages. If you haven't read the book, it's an awesome book to read, and to know your partner's love language, how they receive love, and In the next few weeks, we'll be talking about words of affirmation, and we'll talk about acts of service. And so y'all tune in next week for those few, and that'll take a few episodes because there are 5 love languages. So before the next episode, y'all go ahead, if you can, there's an app for it. Go ahead and take that love language test and just find your partner's love language. So when we get into all these love languages, like, oh, okay, now I understand. So,
but we just want to encourage couples to support anything you can. Like I said, use social media, bro. Support your spouse.
Yeah.
Verbally at home in front of the kids, that's a great way to do it as well. Encourage your spouse in front of you. If you got kids, encourage them in front of the kids. Let the kids see it. Let the kids see the unity that you guys have. And man, sky's the limit, man. I'm telling you guys, support.
That develops the culture in your kids also. They if you have multiple children, when they begin to see their parents supporting each other, even supporting them in their dreams, they begin to do the same thing for each other and for their friends.
So hey, we bless you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, tell your spouse, hey babe, I got you.
Say I got you.
That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in to the next video. We'll see you. God bless.